Alright, good morning, or, well, good evening in this case, Goldenrod City? I don't know. We'll stick with good morning because that's the usual intro I do. So, hello there everyone. Welcome to week number 1 of the NBBCL Nova's, Pokemon Champions League. And so, yeah. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, so I'm kind of out of the groove a bit with this, and I need to get back into it. But this week we're going to be taking on Coach MysticalLeafeon, and I forgot what their team name is, but taking on MysticalLeafeon, and they have a pretty interesting team, pretty threatening team in some capacity, because they have a pretty cool Trick Room mode, and then they have a snow mode as well. But yeah, I'm just going to very quickly go over the matchup for this. I'm going to be doing these team builders a bit off the cuff and everything, pretty much right before I do the games. So yeah. So taking a look at the matchup, we can see that they have the Mega Mawile for Rigoraph Trick Room combo. This is going to be the heart and soul of their team, pretty much. Mega Mawile hits a lot of my team very hard. Obviously, I have stuff like Mudsdale and Incineroar and Tauros to lower its attack with Intimidate. Granted, the regular Mawile before it's probably going to have the Hyper Cutter ability to negate Intimidate, but I have Mudsdale as well to help sponge hits from it and, well, boost up with stamina. Rigoraph can set Trick Room. Unfortunately, Mudsdale underspeeds everything on their team, and Mudsdale has an alright matchup here, too, so they would have to be kind of wary of that. They have the Mousehold there as kind of one of the more premier Follow Me support Pokemon in the game, and it can also hit hard with stuff like Population Bomb. 10 hits on any given Population Bomb can really decimate even the most physically defensive Pokemon I have because, well, it's a 10-hit move. Mousehold also gets the Friend Guard ability to lower damage taken to their Mega Mawile or their sweepers like Gyarados, Froslass, or Como-O. Gyarados gives them a nice Intimidate Pokemon, as well as something with Icy Wind support, and it can sweep with Dragon Dance if it wants to. Como-O is a very interesting Pokemon here, and honestly, Como-O is a pretty... After looking at it for a Mega Gengar team, it's a pretty solid Pokemon, I can't lie. I think it still gets access to Quangara Soul, maybe, for setup. It has a lot of setup chances, and its support ain't half bad either. I left my screen idle too long. That's the most I can say about Como-O. It's just a very, very solid Pokemon. It has good base stats, and it can help kind of punch through Incineroar, since a lot of the team doesn't really want to be intimidated. Mega Froslass would be so cool here if it didn't have an atrocious matchup. Incineroar and Tinkaton kinda beat it down. Blastoise resists Blizzard, and it's just kind of awkward to bring here, but Mega Froslass is such a cool Pokemon. It gets access to 120 base speed and 140 base special attack with Blizzard and Snow Warning. So it's going to be able to fire off a 110 base power specialized move that doesn't miss since it has snow. And it's insane. Aside from that, it also gets access to stuff like Will-O-Wisp, Icy Wind for speed control, Thunderbolt for coverage, Shadow Ball for another stab move, Hex to take advantage of Will-O-Wisp and their team's status spreading, like Thunderwave Mousehold, Sweet Powder Roserade, Thunderwave Rotom-Frost, stuff like that. Rhyperior is going to be another main Trick Room abuser here. It functions somewhat similarly to Mawile in that it's a physical attacker, but this one is much, much bulkier with the Solid Rock ability, being able to lower the damage of super effective moves. Rotom-Frost is another tough bring here for the same reasons as Froslass. Tinkaton and Incineroar kind of beat it down, but it can use Froslass's Snow to help its own Blizzards out, and Blizzard Spam is pretty solid overall as a strategy. Rotary gives them access to a Sweep move with Sweep Powder, and will generally be pretty dangerous, so I have to watch out for that. And Simisear is, well, Simisear. It's a quick Pokemon. I don't think it gets access to Fake Out, but it'll be something quick to look out for, and yeah. So, with that all being said, I will hop into the team. I just need to figure out what I want to do with this image. I think we'll just do that. So, and I go one thing too far. So, here we go. First up on the team, we have Mega Blastoise with Water Pulse, Dragon Pulse, Helping Hand, and Protect. So, part of the logic here is that Water Pulse and Dragon Pulse hit generally everything that it needs to, and it benefits from Mega Blastoise's Mega Launcher ability. Helping Hand is there to generally support the team with damage if I'm not in Mega Form, and, well, even if I am in Mega Form. If Blastoise can't take the KO, but a Helping Hand would help out, then I can just quick that, secure more damage for the team, and hopefully secure more knockouts. Protect is there just because, well, Protect is a good move to have in doubles. I could stall out their Trick Room, or just get like a good turn to regain like some momentum. So yeah, that's Blastoise. Generally, Blastoise wants to be a bulkier special attacker here with Water Pulse and Dragon Pulse, but I also did want the option to support the team with Helping Hand, because I feel like my team can hit hard, but it doesn't hit hard enough. I have enough speed on this to outrun, I think, Voice Scarf, Rotom-Frost, and Tailwind, so I'll be faster than pretty much everything on their team that wants to hold a Choice Scarf. So, yeah, that's our Mega Blastoise as our first slot. Next up, we are bringing Tauros Paldea. So, Paldea and Tauros, we're bringing Raging Bull, Close Combat as our two same type attack bonus moves. Raging Bull is there to delete Mega Froslass and Aurora Veil. We have Throat Chop and Rock Slide for coverage, and then Close Combat is there for a harder hitting move. This is a Choice Scarf set, as you probably saw. This is going to be designed to just probably come in the late game and just clean up if it can. So yeah, we got a late game cleaner set. It also gives me another Intimidate Pokemon to help with the Mega Mawile and like the Mouse Hole and stuff. So yeah, we're bringing Tinkaton with Fake Out, Gigaton Hammer, Player Up, and Encore. We have Mole Breaker to get around for Rickaraff Armor Tail, and Mousehold Friend Guard if we can. We are bringing enough attack, I think, to OHKO Froslass with Gigaton Hammer if it's like max HP or something. I generally wanted to have some firepower on this while maintaining like good special defense to help answer their special attackers. So yeah, but Gigaton Hammer and Player Up should be able to secure one-hit KOs on most things, and with Helping Hand from Blastoise, it can turn some two-hit KOs into damn near one-hit KOs. So yeah, Tinkaton is going to be holding leftovers this week, just to help with its like longevity. Next up, we are bringing Incineroar. Incineroar, going to be a pretty standard Incineroar set. Fake Out, Flare Blitz, Throat Chop, Parting Shot, Intimidate its ability, and Citrus Berry as its item. I think I have enough attack on this to guarantee OHKO Mega Mawile or Mega Froslass, either or. And I decided to go all in on defense. Actually, I think the defensive spread is what I made first, and then I just attack dumped. So the defense and bulk investment, I think, is to not get 2-hit KO by Mega Mawile Player Up. So yeah, if it's at -1, that's a pretty big condition. It has to be at -1. So yeah, we have Party Shot to switch out and lower stats. And yeah, that's it. I mean, it's an Incineroar, so you know what it does. It's very bulky and very annoying, and it lowers stats very well. Next up, we are bringing Oranguru. Oranguru is going to be a max HP, max defense set. This is primarily to help out versus their Trick Room mode with Rhyperior and Mawile. We have Psychic, Instruct, Imprison, and Trick Room. Instruct is there to, well, have our Pokemon do their move again, particularly if it's going to be, or if it's going to either secure a Field Wipe or a Knockout. We have Imprison and Trick Room to help either A, deny their Trick Room, or B, use Trick Room to gain the speed advantage. Just essentially use their own Trick Room against them. So, yeah. I really love Imprison Trick Room here, and I think that'll be quite helpful. We have Inner Focus as the ability because... Well, actually, why do we have Inner Focus as the ability? What do? Never Flinching is pretty solid. So, yeah. Okay. So, pretty much, I just have this so it never flinches. I had Telepathy originally, but I didn't really have any, like, spread moves that would hurt Oranguru, so it was kind of pointless. And, yeah. The Oranguru has Mental Herb as its item, primarily to get around Taunt and stuff, so that way I can Imprison Trick Room safely. And finally, we have Dragonite, the mascot of the team. We're bringing Tailwind, Heat Wave, Dragon Pulse, and Protect. Heat Wave, Dragon Pulse hits everything. Tailwind gives us the speed buff we need on stuff like Blastoise. And yeah, we have Multi-Scale as our ability. I should probably have Inner Focus. Well, actually, should I have Inner Focus in base? It's a tough call. I might switch to Inner Focus in base, but it's such a tough call on what I'd want to Mega here. Granted, I think my two modes, like, Dragonite needs to Mega more than Blastoise does in this game, in my opinion, in order to, like, be more helpful. So, well, I don't know. We'll see. But I have enough speed on this to outspeed the Roserade. Rest is dumped into special attack and HP. And yeah, that is going to be a very, I say a very quick breakdown. I spent 13 minutes on this, but yeah, that's going to be our team for week number 1 of NBBCL. And yeah, hopefully this goes well. This is going to be my first actual, like, properly competitive VGC draft match that I've done, so I don't really know what to expect. I mean, I've done like a couple of VGC draft leagues with friends, but those are like more casual and low stakes. This is a recorded draft league that I'm playing against players like myself, so I have no clue what's going to happen, what's going to transpire. It's just going to be interesting to watch. I will say one thing, do not come into this thinking I'm going to play like a world champion. I am not great at doubles. I mean, I've played some and I've won a lot of games. I consistently get to like Master Ball tier every like new season in this. I haven't played at all in the new season, but like, I am fundamentally solid in doubles, but sometimes I tunnel vision too hard, and yeah, so I will blunder. I will not play perfectly. I might get some calls right, I will get calls wrong, but the main point of this is we are going to have some fun. And yeah, that's all I'm here to do. We're here to have fun and hopefully win along the way. So, yeah, I will catch you all when the game happens. Peace. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the NBBCL Week 1 showdown against MysticalLeafeon. So, yeah. I don't really know what to expect from this, but we are going to see what happens. Okay, so they immediately bring the hail mode that I didn't think they would bring. So we see Froslass, Rotom-Frost, Gyarados, Como-o, Roserade, and Mawile. Okay, so into this, I think I enjoy leading with Tinkaton here. In planning a big duo that surface was Tinkaton and Blastoise, and then going with like Incineroar or something in the back. Gyarados looks terrifying on paper, now that I'm realizing this. I low-key kind of like going Tinkaton and Dragonite on lead, but I think I'm going to stick with my guns for game 1 because I am running slightly out of time. I still think Scarf Tauros in the in-game looks alright. I didn't really have much time to really consider my game plan there. I need to get better at that. But Dragonite, okay, Froslass, Gyarados, okay. This is an alright lead. Okay, so Intimidate on Gyarados. And we show Mold Breaker. So I think here Froslass just kind of feels like dead weight, but they also might just protect. So regardless, I don't think I can afford to really let Gyarados do what it wants. I feel like Megaing and firing off a Water Pulse into this, what? I don't know. Whenever I said in the intro that you should not expect good play, I get kind of flustered pretty easily here. So this could also be Aurora Veil right here, and they could Dragon Dance as well. Obviously, I'm going to be stopping that with a Fake Out. I don't really grasp the logic here, is the thing. Okay, so we do some chip damage. We'll see if it's lefties or not. And it is leftovers. Okay. Good to know. Good to know, good to know. Froslass has Prot. I feel like encoring Froslass is a good idea. And just go hard Dragon Pulse. I low-key kind of regret not bringing Font on a Rangaroo or something, but I can get Tauros into Raging Bull. Froslass has a hard time punching through this team. It's really going to be dependent on how Gyarados does. Because you just T-Bolt. That's a good turn on their end. Waterfall. They just double attack into Tink. Okay. That took about half. So, alright. No, vitally here, or this thing can't set up another Aurora Veil on me, or can't set Aurora Veil up. With Blastoise alive, I really don't fear them clicking, like, whatever. Because I feel like they'll just T-Bolt into this slot. What is my end game here? What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? The Champion's Tower is brutal. But, like, I think they try to attack Mega Blastoise here. And they don't. So they just take Tinkaton for free. I'm playing so terribly. Okay. Alright. Gyarados gets another round of lefties, recovery back. Alright. How do I win? I think we have to go Tauros here. Tauros looks alright. I can threaten Rock Slide damage. Gyarados is slightly less threatening. Blastoise can live the hit, though. Gyarados is slightly less threatening. I probably should have quick Water Pulse. Ooh. Oh, that's why it did so much. Crit. Oh, we got the flinch on Gyarados. I should have Water Pulse here. Huh, well, it doesn't matter, it KO'd. The Froslass has Protect T-Bolt. Prot T-Bolt. Lefties, it has Waterfall. Forget what else it might have had. Let's send out Frost Tomb here. I'm gonna Rock Slide again, and I'm just going to Helping Hand. Just switch out of Gyarados, go into Komo-o. Okay. Alright, we do some solid damage. Not great, but solid. They will quit Blizzard. This is a horribly played game one on my end. I play this game so terribly. But okay. We can't really forfeit early like I kind of want to right now. So we'll just have to protect the Rotom. We're gonna get some free damage off here. Even with a Helping Hand boost, that didn't do a lot to Frost Tomb though. There's no way I win this. I just kinda screwed myself over from turn 1. So like, how can I adjust for game 2? I definitely think that Mega Dragonite looks good into this. I probably want to pivot to Tinkaton Mega Dragonite on lead, instead of going hard on Mega Blastoise. So, yeah, I definitely think Tinkaton Mega D-Knot lead is going to be better. I should be able to at least pick off Gyarados. Citrus Procs. Yep, we get Gyarados, which is amazing. So, we're only going to lose 2-0, if anything. Granted, I think you probably just finished Ensign off, and then, yeah. I don't think I misjudged the Tauros's viableness here. But Kumo-O has Aura Sphere. Aura Sphere. Frost Tomb, Blizzard, Prot, yeah. I definitely think we go Tinkaton, Mega Dragonite game 2, Tink MD Knight, and probably back Ensign and that, maybe? Yeah, we'll do that. Rotom Protect, so we're only going to lose 2-0 here. Get a lucky flinch there. I don't think it really matters unless we just go full axe mode. I think our way out of this is ironically probably just Flare Blitzing the Kumo-O. Was going hard for damage. We've lost this, so it's up to us to adjust for games 2 and 3. But this just buys me more time to think. Because, I mean, yeah, I really like Kumo flinches again. Rotom uses Electro Web, so the game is kinda up now. Flare Blitz again. Yeah, okay, it's Citrus. Alright, so Citrus. I don't know what Rotom's item is going to be, though. Well, we got Kumo down to a Citrus Berry, so we gained some insight by flinch axing the hell out of them, so yeah, they'll protect here. I am going to have a million years worth of bad luck. So Kumo dodges it, alright. As it should have dodged it. I would feel terrible if game 1 came down to that. But this game is very much out of reach now. We only have 5 Rock Slides left. This is the only thing I really can do. But I definitely think leading with Tinkaton and Dragonite is going to be good. Tauros gets another one. Tink D-Knight should be the lead here. So we go Tink D-Knight, back Tauros, and probably back Incineroar. I like that. Tink D-Knight, back Incin, and the other. Okay. So yeah, let's adjust. That was a terrible game 1, but we still only lost 1-0. Pink, D-Knot, Ensign, and you. I'm just gonna go straight for it. Tinkaton Dragonite. That should be enough to kind of punch through here. I don't think I got the Tauros set right here at all. They're playing speed control with Electro Web Rotom. So what is our sash on? Rose Raid? Gotta be Rose Raid, right? Frostom isn't Scarf because it showed more than those moves. Frostom could be Chopple or something. But I like going Tink D-Knot here because I feel like I command a lot of respect on turn 1. And I probably can just outright KO that Froslass. They don't really have much for special attackers. I hope. We definitely have to pivot very hard from our last set. Okay, Rose Komodo, that's ideal. Okay, so here I think we just fake out the Roserade, Mega Evolve, Dragon Pulse the Komodo. Komodo is guaranteed to be the Citrus set, so yeah. I could also get a Tailwind up. Tailwind would help me out quite a bit, making Incineroar faster than a lot of stuff, potentially. What do I stand to gain from clicking Tailwind, though? No, I still like clicking Tailwind here. Because I still threaten... I can fake out Break the Roserade Sash if it is Sash. And we don't really fear anything. Flamethrower into Tink. Okay, now comes the $1,000,000 question of do we KO? I did about 86%. So Dragonite into a Roserade. Roserade. Heat Wave will not KO in the slightest. Granted, Como isn't really threatening damage here. What is Gigaton doing? Gigaton... Gigaton Hammer... That tracks for damage. Send out Gyarados. Okay. That's fine. Como just gets deleted. That was a good play on their end, baiting Gigaton out. Get some chip health back. Okay. But they haven't done any damage to Dragonite here. Send Froslass out. I want to go Incin. How many turns of Tailwind? After this, I'd have one turn. I want to protect. I definitely think they're going to go to Mega Froslass on Weed next game. So, which if that's the case, then we're going to have to... I think they'll do Froslass Gyarados again. I definitely didn't give Gyarados enough respect here. And they freeze me, but it doesn't really matter because I have Flare Blitz. This just means I can't, like... Okay, they're doing the double into Dragonite here. This really just means that I can't click what I want to click, which is Fake Out. Let's see. Mega Froslass hits about 189. Incineroar will not be able to outrun. I'm going to probably do a little dance around here. Since they double Dragonite, I just want them to waste some time. Think about what they've done. Alright, they make a good play there. So they just double protect for... Oh, they want to stall out Molester and a Tailwind. Okay. So we get Tinkaton in for free now. And we can fake out their Gyarados. And now I'm threatening that. So let's see. Yeah. I think I just fake out and Flare Blitz. I definitely got caught off guard game 1, but now the Gyarados is going to be a bit of a pain. I need to keep Dragonite around to deal with it. Not having Thunderbolt on a Ringaroo is actually kind of big. Paldean Tauros doesn't have the firepower in the end game. Should just be able to KO with Flare Blitz, though. It got another freeze? What in the world just happened? It got 2 freezes. Perish. Christ. It got 2 freezes. So Gyarados is going to be stuck at -1. Has this thing only clicked Waterfall and Protect? Oh, it clicked Ice Fang too. I definitely didn't have a big enough notepad for this. Okay, so how do I not lose this game? Fleet Patterson's in. Okay. Waterfall's in. I mean, we're just clicking Encore on Tinkaton just to deny Dragon Dance. Or to make it so Dragon Dance doesn't do as much if they have it. This is very, very annoying, though. Wait, this is very annoying. Prop T-Bolt, Blizzard, probably last one is Aurora Veil. But they also don't have a lot of setup on this team. Or they're just not clicking it. I can't believe that Froslass got double Blizzard. It got 3 Blizzard freezes out of 4 possible. It's such a commanding spot for this game, too. Life Dew. Okay. And we still can't move. Honestly, I feel like just fake out or just Encore the Rose Raid. I should have done that sooner, but I mean, this thing's obviously been frozen for the past 5 hours, but yeah. It's just unfortunate, because Gyarados will attack here. It's just a matter of what is it gonna do. What's a Leaf Storm? If I thaw here, then we walk this into non-threat of a move. The one turn I needed you to thaw out, you did. Awesome. Good job. So this has Sweet Powder, Leaf Storm, Sweet Leaf Storm, and it has what do? Okay. Now Mega Dragonite gets to come in. We should just be able to send this home with I want to swap Tauros in here. Get more Intimidate pressure off. But like, we've won. That was super messy game 1. Clawed it back a bit in game 2. Okay. They double attack Dragonite as they should. So here we are going to just quick Dragon Pulse and Rock Slide. That's a good adjustment game 2. I think they will go back to Froslass on lead. Froslass Gyarados is going to be their lead game 3. It's just how do I deny that? I think we have to bait with Dragonite. My team is very wildly unprepared to deal with the Gyarados. I'm not going to reveal any info I don't have to. Okay. Battle info. Roserade still got one more turn of Encore left. Not going to reveal anything I don't have to. So I'm just going to save Heat Wave for later. That was a crit. Doesn't really matter. Dragon Pulse is going to KO anyways. And we ice game 2. So we're going to a winner takes all game 3 here. Okay. So we know that they're going to go with Froslass Gyarados as the lead. Froslass Gyarados is going to be the lead. What can I do? What? And we get booted to the title screen. Okay, I will pause the recording, then we'll get back to it. Oh, nope. Okay. I don't know what happened there. But, okay, so... yeah, Froslass Gyarados is going to be their lead. Do we think it's a good idea to go back to the Mega Blastoise? It'll be Froslass Gyarados here. It's gotta be Froslass Gyarados. Gosh, Shell Smash actually would have gone crazy here. I feel the Froslass Gyarados in my bones. I feel it. Okay. I really think Fake Out on Stoice would have gone good here. Okay. Froslass Gyarados, Froslass Gyarados. I mean, I still like the thought of going Tinkaton in this, Tinkaton Dinot, and then backing Ensign. and something else. Because, like, I think for the Froslass Gyarados lead, I'm just going to probably hard swap. Yeah, I'm not as big on Mega Blastoise right now as I was earlier. The complexion of that game definitely changed when I just bopped Como on lead. I think here I want to make them think that I'm just going to fake out or something. Froslass and Frost-Tom. Okay. So they're just going with their Blizzard spam mode immediately. Now, the snow warning in the snow. Froslass should just drop. That should just drop, and we can get in... I'll get Incineroar in on D-Knot here. Obviously, we have to dodge 2 rounds of Blizzard Freezes, because I think it's just a Mega Double Blizzard here. But I definitely think I can pick the Froslass off here. I need to position Dragonite for later. I think after this, it'll probably be the Gyarados coming in. In which case we can fake out and then bring something else in. It is probably... oh. Okay, they protect Frost-Tom. Probably expecting the fake out. They Blizzard. If they double freeze again. That's one. Gigaton comes off. Poinoko. Okay, so Tinkaton gets a KO. I just wish that they would screw off with these freezes. Granted, I can't talk much because I did kind of tax the hay out of them in the first game. Okay, so here... definitely doesn't look great for me. I think we might want to just swap into Tauros over Tinkaton and just go for damage into Frost-Tom. So we can lower the Gyarados' attack with Intim. Rotom just clicks T-Bolt. Oh my god. This is why I have to just go and play like this. It's Akka. Okay. Akka, it wouldn't have KO'd anyways. Okay. So, Tauros, while paralyzed, is not going to be faster than anything here. And they can just they can Blizzard and Waterfall to KO here. They click Blizzard and Waterfall and they can knock us out. I think I want to do this. Blizzard. Okay, so we get the free swap. Waterfall. So they claim some value, but not a ton of value. think we have to go for damage here. Ooh. I played that game once so terribly, bro. But we gotta fight back. I need to keep one of these two Pokemon alive for the Komo-o in the back. Tinkaton can KO in one hit, probably Dragonite can KO to one hit. Okay. Big Out comes off. Alright, Rotom punches, Gyarados just waterfalls into Tinkaton. That's a choice. I don't know if Heat Wave would KO from this range. Dragonite, this Rotom. Yes. I mean, Incineroar with no. This definitely has some amount of HP investment. I don't feel comfy just quicking that move. I kind of want a Gigaton to get some chip. I'm not comfortable just doing that. Plus, if Tinkaton does go down here, then we can free swap in the Tauros. And then we're really not in much danger. Oh, we don't have Tauros. Okay, we have this. But we're still not too bad off. Like, we're not doing too terrible. I'm just playing very scared of this Frost Tom. I have a compulsive need to get value. I'm not playing very well. This is not my best showing, but I have to learn somewhere. A person like me probably should have tailwinded there. Just to get Incineroar faster than a lot of stuff. They can double protect, so they can protect the Rotom, and then get value with Gyarados here. Yep. They called me perfectly. So now they get value with Gyarados with Ice Fang, breaking the multi-scale, probably freezing. So they got value with Gyarados off of that turn, so I'm just throwing this. I'm throwing this game, plain and simple. I need to protect and Flare Blitz to get any foothold in this game back. I had such a good turn one. They swapped Gyarados out. They have Komo-o in the back. Caution protects. Electro Web comes off. Not gonna affect me. So it's gonna come down to can Dragonite with an Ice Fang. Because if Dragonite lives an Ice Fang, then we win. Komo can also Beta Protect here. My heart. God, this is such a tough call. It's gonna come down to a 50-50 at any rate. My heart is telling me double attack Gyarados, but maybe that's too obvious. But I feel like me just going into this, they have a way to lose if they just don't protect Komo-o. I want to go with what my heart says. My heart was wrong. Good game, MysticalLeafeon. Very good game. I would. I could have won. No, I couldn't have won. Ah, man. That sucks. That was so winnable, too. That was so winnable. I thought they were just gonna protect. I thought they were gonna protect Komo-o that turn because I felt it was just too obvious. I could have won that. I could have won. But was never meant to be. I'm gonna have to take a long time to think about this one. God, I'm so bad at doubles. I'm so terrible at doubles. Alright, so I figured I'd put a little bit of a bow on this week of NBBCL. Kind of ended the recording a bit abruptly, and you can probably grasp why. So, if you were keeping track during the game, we got frozen by Blizzard a grand total of 5, or we got frozen by Blizzard 4 times, and then add on the Ice Fang freeze at the end, we got frozen 5 times total. We also got T-Bolt paired in Game 3 with Tauros that was poised to Quick Rock Slide. And we also got the read wrong at the end when they didn't have Protect in the first place. Knowing that they didn't have Protect in the first place kind of makes that seem like really, really bad of a play, but I've lost plenty of games before this, specifically in various gens of 2v2, where I attacked into a protecting one and lost the game because of it. I felt good about that play, and I still feel good about that play, given the information that I had. But, yeah. Pokemon is a game that takes a lot from us, and it gives us results like that. So, not a lot we can do about 6-10% chances to lose a week. But, yeah, there's not a lot we can do about that. The thing that we can do is pretty much just saddle up and hit harder next week. So, yeah, that's really all we can do. We gotta just get back up and hit next week. So, yeah. But I don't really have a lot to add to this game. In hindsight, I played terribly game 1, and I think we can all agree on that. I played terrible game 1. Game 2, I played much better. I was more in my element game 2. I don't know why I just did a dodge there, but it's alright. I played more in my element in Game 2, and in Game 3, it was kind of a mix of Game 1 and 2, where I played decent, but not really that well. So it's kind of hard to judge whether I actually played well or not. But yeah, I ended up losing a gut feeling to, well, lose Game 3. So yeah, that's the situation. In other news, our team did incredible this week. KJ and Pup both won their games, so our team is 2-1, and where we didn't lose any differential in this set, we are the best performing team of the week with a record of 2-1 and a differential of +6. So for leading in the team standings, and yeah, that we at least got a win there. Leading in the team standings, and yeah. But I don't really have much else to add. I'm just going to keep wallowing away my sorrows in Rune Factory Guardians of Ozma. So yeah. But next week we're going to be taking on Coach Firebro and their Mega Gengar team. So that's going to be exciting to look forward to. So yeah, I don't really have much else to add, but I will catch you all when that game happens. Peace.